The lore teaches the spirit's possession of matter. It is certainly difficult to imagine that within a single raindrop, snowflake, hailstone, or even tiny cloud, one or multiple spirits are gagged and pressed together, and that they possess a certain weight within such a volume, whereby they easily fall down or are thrown down. However, a more detailed description will make the matter quite clear to you, revealing to you how this is even possible. Now, you must not think that the spirit, together with the soul, is kneaded together like a sheet of paper until it finally resembles a somewhat clumsy ball. That is by no means the case. The human form of the spirit remains intact, for only the soul, and to be precise, not even the shape thereof, but only its very specifics are compressed in the region of the heart. And then, within this compression, depending on how severe it turns out, they appear in the form of the above-mentioned meteorological formations. So, do not imagine that, for instance, within a hailstone, an entire spirit, together with its soul, falls down, for it is only its material desires. Finally, these desires are bunched together by the spirits of peace, due to their carnality, becoming material, and thus heavy. However, since these desires are living possessions of the spirit and its soul, both of them are pulled along with their newly formed material center of mass, in the direction they must necessarily head, due to its material nature. To illustrate the matter even more clearly to you, we shall present an image you may easily understand. Imagine a human form, assembled from so-called gold-bearer skins, into the shape of an air balloon, which may be filled with hydrogen gas, just like another ball, and, if it were filled, would have a human form and would surely rise into the higher air regions immediately. If, however, this balloon in the shape of a man, filled with hydrogen gas, would suddenly experience a compression of said gas, then the whole structure would naturally gain weight, causing it to fall down to the earth. However, because this compression is not outside, but inside of our balloon in the shape of a man, which has lost the required expansion by this inner contraction of the hydrogen gas, this balloon man will now be pulled down to earth once again. The shape of the balloon man remains as it is, except for the fact that it has shrunk here and there and grew leaner, for it failed to maintain itself in the air region far above, due to its newly formed center of mass. Once on the earth below, i.e. on solid ground, the compression dissolves again into the gas by the addition of new heat, and the balloon man will rise once more. Behold, this is, though entirely material, but nevertheless representing the spiritual accordingly, quite an appropriate image, from which you may glean how the soul of the spiritual man, taking the shape of a spiritual balloon-like outer shell, condenses within his being. Growing heavy, from his lofty heights he heads down to the real matter below, where this material condensation of his carnal desires soon dissolves by the fire of his love, awakened in humility. Thereafter, more humbled, he again ascends to a place most appropriate for his being. Particularly wicked spirits are commonly condensed into stones and fall down as such, and the dissolution thereof takes significantly more time than when such condensation enters material existence in merely the shape of meteorological phenomena. However, some of them are kept for a long time even when appearing in such ephemeral forms, which are made to fall over high mountains, and especially over the polar regions of the earth. Within these particularly wicked spirits, much arrogance prevails, naturally carrying within itself many infernal qualities. What happens to the spirits after experiencing such lessons will be made clear shortly. But for the time being, it suffices that you get a clear idea of how and why there is always something spiritual contained within these natural phenomena, nonetheless visible to the mortal eye. And so, we shall soon make several more observations.